So we've got a whole bunch of people have got going on. We have stirred up a hornet's nest on Facebook. We are building our Facebook presence. We're building all of the social media side of it. I've talked to a lady on Facebook, and she has a very unique business, and I was going to mention her, I don't know, about a month ago, and I thought, maybe I better not, but she has probably the greatest name of the businesses that I have ever heard, and Jan Bills is her name, and her company is 2 Women and a Hoe. Her company does gardening and putting together all of the things that anybody would work with the hoe and your landscaping. She has just done a great job on marketing, and you might want to check 2 Women and a Hoe on Facebook. We've got a chance to talk back and forth. It is really cool. This is how business will be built, and being able to see what she does as it goes by on my Facebook and on my page, I'm able to keep up to date on what's going on, and we welcome her to the family of Networking Squared.
It was funny when, obviously, you have that shock value, but when you see their site, they do some amazing things. And so it's something where you always have to think about, in whatever you do, whether it be face-to-face networking, whether it be social media, whatever it is, what about you is unique? You have to stand out. They've got a very catchy way to get into this, and I admire that. What are you doing? What are the things that you're doing that are going to make you stand out? There's 50 people in a room doing what you do. How do you define yourself as the one that people want to do business with?
Oh, you know what? And Brian behind the glass there, our engineer, is shaking his head. He's going, that is it. That is it. And he really gets involved with the show. He wants us to succeed. He loves all the information that we're given, and we appreciate him being a team member of us. So we've got to, and also the team here at WDTK want to thank Dave and Ron, who were on before us. We always get a chance to listen to them and their financial show on the way in. We appreciate them. We are part of a family, and I always appreciate that they never trash the studio.
Yep, it's something where I don't wear the same headphones they wear, but I like coming to studio. No, they're great guys. It's something where they have a lot of great information, just as Joshua's Trail does too. Before that,
yeah. Well, we always have those shows on as we're putting together our show. We're putting the final touches on. New Year's resolution, dude. What the heck is going on? What's your New Year's resolution, personal and maybe business-wise? I have a friend who said, I think I'm going to take up smoking and gain some weight. I'm going, well, that would be a good one, because even if you fail, that's a good thing, right?
I like that. I would like to hear somebody say, I'd like to gain some weight for New Year's. That'd be a good one. Well, actually, I'll share this, Jerry. It's a little personal, but I really don't care about that. But I obviously want to drop some weight, and what happened?
Obviously.
Yeah. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate that. But the funny part about this is that I made the decision to take a diet supplement. I'm not going to say the name because maybe it doesn't work, and I don't want anybody to come after me. But anyways, I'm playing psychological warfare with myself. Basically, it's a pill that blocks fat, and so it blocks it from digesting. But the bad part is that the side effects are really disgusting.
Okay, so if you're going to overeat, there's going to be some very disgusting side effects that might have... All right, well... I guess you're committed to this then.
I am absolutely committed, and I'll tell you, it's really changed the way that I look at a meal, because I know that with what we do, we don't go to an office and sit all day. We are face-to-face. We are out and about all day long. And so it's something where that meal I'm taking a look at and saying, boy, that could really make a hasty retreat for me in a very quick period of time. That's not going inside me anymore.
Yeah, the Al's office will be in the stall in the bathroom, so
yep.
That will not work.
So it's working out. I'm liking it.
It's New Year's resolution. What are you doing for your business? And if you did it last year and it didn't work, should you be doing it again this year, Al?
Yeah, let's look at that. Let's take a look at, so you've completed the year and you're looking at your accomplishments and you were happy with them, but maybe they were about the same as last year, and you're making the excuse, oh, the economy's bad, oh, this or that. Stop it right now. What you have to look at is to say, how much better can I be? What are the things that I can do to improve my bottom line? And what are the steps that I can take to get better? And because if you do the same old thing, you're going to have the same old results. And it's just something where I'm tired of hearing it. I don't want to hear excuses anymore. People need to get active, and they have to look at how they're doing things and aggressively go after how they can do things better.
When we're out and about, and I know that you and I speak to groups all week long, we're out in public, we're talking about what we do. I do push Facebook because you need to have a Facebook presence. Every time I get done speaking, there are 4 or 5 people that want to talk to me about Facebook. They're going, okay, well, I have a page. All right. So you have your Facebook page. What's on it? Well, I really don't have anything on it. I just sort of filled it out a little bit. And I'm going, do you have a business page? And they're going, a business page? Yes. And a business page would actually be called a fan page.
Correct.
So you really should have a personal page so that you can do your posting and be out in front of people. And you should always have for your business a fan page. Can you explain a little bit on the fan page side?
The easiest way to do this, and it's funny because I've been using this analogy now for probably a year and a half, and probably 8 or 9 months ago, I actually saw this in the New York Times. I was a little miffed that they used something that I actually thought of in the New York Times. Not sure if it got to them from me, but whatever.
Well, I'm sure it did.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, what you have to look at, if you are a business owner and you're using social media to generate sales, then what you have to do is have a separation. First, your profile. Who you are on Facebook is who you are. And people should understand what you do for a living, but you're never selling to them. Your fan page is your yellow page ad. So the analogy that I'm using here is this. Your personal profile is the white pages. So that's the phone book that's delivered, and that unless you're short and sitting on it, that's about the only use you get from it anymore. Your fan page is the yellow page ad. So think about how that phone book used to work. You would have it to find people that you knew or were trying to find. You would then use the yellow pages to find businesses. Well, that's what Facebook is. So that people are using that search. You can go to that search box and you can type in the name of a business, a name of a product, and you're going to find the businesses that are around you. Well, if you're a business person, you need to be found. And what you want people not to do, you don't want them searching. You don't want them to go to Google. You want them to find you and find you specifically. And by making people aware and having them in your fan pages, that's the way you can promote your business.
I guess the way to explain it is I have a Facebook page, Jerry Olson, and I encourage you to look up Jerry Olson and click on Be a Friend. Al Crawford has one, and certainly look up Al Crawford. But we also have a fan page called Networking Squared, and they serve different purposes.
Right. So it's something where what we're going to do is we're going to be sharing on our personal page things that are going to educate you on what we do for a living. That's the goal that we have in that. On our fan page for the radio show, it's about the show. It's about how to be involved, how to be on the show, how to sponsor the show, how to advertise on the show. If I was putting that stuff on my personal profile, there's people that don't care about the show. I can't believe there's many left now, but at least it's something where that's not the agenda. That's not what we're trying to share. I've brought the people in. You're a fan of the show. Those are the people that want that information.
But they're two different vehicles. They can give you the same kind of results. Because I talk about being on Networking Squared, because I talk about the radio show on my personal page, we also post what's happening on Networking Squared. And I know you talk about Networking Squared and Local Business Network on your personal page. And one of the results, Darren Powers from the Powers Group, he's a business consultant. He's talked back and forth with us, and seeing us talk about Networking Squared and the successes that people have had coming on the show and talking about their businesses, he now is going to be a person that's going to end up being on the show.
Correct. As Tracy Congdon, who was our guest last week, that's how he found out about us. He found out about it on Facebook. He became a fan of the show, and we had him in studio, and he was able to come in and show our listeners why he's an expert in what he does for a living, just as we are experts on networking.
So we're looking forward to have Darren Powers from the Powers Group, and he's going to do his personal slant on how to do business and how to brand yourself. That will be very exciting. And we've got, who else have you got coming up? Do you know?
Yeah, actually, I have 2 other people right now that I know they're committed for the next couple of weeks. We have Tammy Brown from Farm Bureau Agency, who's going to be in. And we also have Donald Strom, who's a CPA. And I think his timing is going to be pretty perfect.
Yeah, as we work on all of the, well, they talked about finance on the show before us, so getting all of that in order, and we'll certainly be taking questions. We welcome your phone call today. Give us a call, 800-923-9385. We got 11:27 in the morning. We're just getting warmed up. Can you believe how fast a half hour goes, Al?
It is a blur. It's a blur. But, I know we both always struggle for things to say, and I know it's real tough for us both.
Well, you know what? On the other side of the break, we're going to do our sports section. We're going to talk a little bit of sports. We're going to talk about how this particular sports ties into networking. And when you're working with people, you want to work with people you know and people that you are familiar with. And we took two really good points that were in the paper this week and showed exactly why networking works the way it does.
Yep. And it was funny because as we started preparing for the show, I knew as soon as you started talking about it, I knew that where this was going, and I'm hoping it's as clear to our listeners, but we're going to make sure on the other side of it that you do understand it.
Yeah, we are going to. Networking is all about working with people that you know, making yourself familiar. Now, you do that by getting out to networking events, your chamber events. You're getting out to who is let's see, we got a shout out today.
Well, Terry Bean from Motor City Connect. It's something where, again, check him out on Facebook and Google. He's a great networker. He's an amazing networker. And it's something where he did a shout out for us in our organization, and we're doing the same for him. We all have to work together in this. Nobody's an adversary. Everybody is an ally. And the more we learn about each other, the more we can help each other.
And that's Motor City Connect. You certainly check him out on Facebook. And the Facebook pages and the posts just come flying in. I've got mine up while we're on the show. If there's anything you want to say or post or comment, you can do that. And I also have my laptop here for my emails. I've got some emails coming in from Local Business Network and some of the events that we've got coming up. We're working every day, aren't we, Al?
It's fun, man. I'll tell you, this is the greatest thing ever. I love what we do.
So we post. Get on there, work your different events. Do you have plans to get out to the events? Get out there, know how to work them. And we're going to talk about that on the other side of the break. And you have to have your presence online.
You need to be everywhere. And you know what? Let me back that up. Not everywhere. You need to be everywhere that's relevant to your business.
All right. And we're also going to talk a little bit about, we were doing some reading and cold calling. Is that a waste of time?
Don't get me anywhere near that, man.
Well, with as much snow as we've had out there, we're probably going to get a weather report here at the bottom of the hour. We're going to have cold calling. Today would be a cold calling day. Networking Squared, thank you very, very much. Al, good to see you, buddy.
Happy New Year.